Welcome to the Chilling E Spilling podcast. Two college best friends stay chilling E spilling the tea on anything and everything from life experiences, relationship advice, pop entertainment news, and culture. Your new besties are waiting for you to join the conversation. Here are your hosts, Emily and Hector. Hey, what's up? Well, welcome to another episode of Chilling E Spilling. I'm your host, Emily.
What's up, bitches? You already know it's Hector, and today we're talking about childhood beliefs. We've all had some crazy thoughts when we're little, some real, some a little irrational. But did you have any irrational fears when you were growing up?
Yes.
That's the right term, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So sorry. Me getting distracted. Yes. So I do have I think the biggest one back then was for sure kukui. Because I was like, what does kukui look like? I feel like, you just ever heard, they would just say the
the
name.
term, but not the
the actual. I was like, and I was confused. I was like, what does the kukui look like? And it just became a fear because then I just started making up stuff in my head, like of what the kukui would be, which is kind of like almost like demon-esque vibes, like just like a hairy beast too. Like it's weird.
Like
so
Bigfoot?
So it could transform into anything, I think, at that point. But I was little, like who gives a fuck, like what the little kid has to say. So yeah, I think that was my biggest one because pa todo, que si me portaba mal, or I would respond back to my mom, like when when you're tiny and you're just throwing a tantrum or whatever it may be. It's like, ay, viene el cucuy. Or, better yet, when you would be upset with your parents and then your parents would be like, te va a llevar ese hombre allá. Or,
the man's gonna get you?
Yes. And it's like, that was so, like, that would upset me the most.
Really?
because it's like, they're right there. Like, I can see the person and then they would play along, And then that would scare me even more. But obviously, as I got older, like, I got it. It's like they wouldn't do anything.
Has anyone ever done it on you? Like they told their kid that you're going to get them?
No, but I think I would not play along.
I would. I'd scare the hell out of them.
Oh, my God.
Chase them down the aisle.
No, I'd be like, no, I said nothing. Like, it's okay. Like, I think I'd be, like, more comforting to them. Like, it's going to be fine. Just make up with your mom. Like, they're just doing that to be mean. I think just because of the trauma that I got, like, like to actually get a face with the name, I guess the guy te va a llevar, like, it's like scary, like, and you're already upset. Whatever it is, you're already upset. Que tu mamá te dejó, or is like, is just playing like games with you. But it's like, how you're always, I think, being in my mind of like, you're trying to get at them, and then they get at you like 10 times harder. That was them getting at you like 10 times harder. Like, because obviously I'm not a parent, so I could just imagine like, a kid crying at the supermarket. Like those are annoying. Yeah, that could be kind of embarrassing. I don't know. I want to say, yes, maybe a little bit annoying, but
no, it is. Okay, be honest.
I guess so. I think it'd be more annoying in an airplane because like I would have nowhere
just
to go.
Just throw the baby out at that point.
Oh my God.
Just eat that bitch. I don't care.
But I don't know. That was just my more so irrational fears. Que alguien me iba a llevar. Que, el cucuy. I don't know what the fuck he looked like, but I made him up in my head. And then, I think that's kind of like the biggest irrational fear. Not so much other things, because I think at that point when I was little, I didn't have no thoughts of like death or anything like that. Anything could happen to my parents. I think I was just like in that bubble, like what's it called, like innocence, like, oh, nothing's gonna happen, like, because you don't know about that stuff until like later in life. Personally, for me, I'm just putting it out there. Other people, yes, have probably had it early in their life. For me, now it took like a cool fat minute. But yeah, cucuy, que the persona in the store.
What about La Llorona? Did your parents ever use that or no?
Actually, no. Now that I think about it, I feel like the Llorona came more from school.
Yeah.
Like, it was like, say La Llorona 3 times in front of the mirror.
Bloody Mary, that was a huge one.
Or
I still did
like,
it.
Yeah, and I did it because I remember I would do it like, I would say the first 2 times and then I'd stop.
Really?
Because I was always scared for the third one.
Uh-huh.
Que algo iba a salir. But isn't there some truth to the mirror stuff? Like
I'm
the
pretty sure
mirror
there's
being like a
like a portal.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, shoot, we could go into like a whole myth thing, but yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a story,
Uh-huh.
but Latinos found a way to exaggerate it, or like
Ye-
America found a way to like colonize it and then make it their own story. But yeah.
Mm, yeah, so those were my um irrational fears as a kid. But what about
Mm.
yours?
Um. Okay, so what's funny is I actually caused irrational fears for my friend. I'll get into that right now. But obviously, I don't know if that's just me, but like sharks in a pool.
Oh, okay.
Have you heard about that? I think it's like a common
No.
thing, no? Like a lot of people, like you close
Me?
your eyes in the pool and you just think that there's a shark gonna get you, even though it's like, what is like chlorined water,
Uh-huh.
fresh water?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So obviously that's not real.
Are you talking about like communal pools or you had the pool? Because I'm like,
Oh no,
I didn't have that.
we lived in like condos and everything. So
got it.
yeah,
Oh, yeah, they have. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. I was like,
Mhm.
not him trying to be all my
Bitch,
pool.
I wish. I mean, at one
Just
point
kidding.
there was like a pool that came with a house, but even then it was like above. It was a small above ground one, and I'd still think
Oh.
there was sharks in it.
Oh.
But yeah, I don't know. I
Where did
like
that come
sharks
from?
too.
Like you going to the ocean, or
I
like
think
you
because
seen
I
some?
would watch Jaws when I was like 4.
That'll do it for you. Yeah.
Mhm. But like I love swimming, so I'd still
Mm.
like I jump in, then jump out, then jump back in. I don't know.
You're
I
like,
had a
psych,
creative
you
mind.
thought no voy a hacer tu comida.
Yeah. I feel like obviously like El Cucuy and like Llorona, that stuff didn't work because I feared more. Have you seen Jeepers Creepers?
I
No.
have
Okay.
not.
I feared that thing more because there's an ending scene where, spoiler alert, even though it's like
Mhm.
20 years old, the protagonist,
Uh-huh.
he ends up killing them, and
Oh.
in the end he like cuts them in half or something
Mhm.
and uses their face like those Disney cutout, you know, where you put your eye, like your face
Uh-huh.
in, but instead it's the eyes. So that scarred
Ooh.
me because I saw that when I was like 2 or 3.
Oh.
Don't call CPS. It wasn't my parents. It was someone else. So that scarred me, and I feel like that's what drove me away from horror for a little bit.
Mhm.
But obviously, I saw more horror movies and I gravitated. But yeah, I'd cause a lot of irrational fears, and it's like, damn, I scarred so many people.
Oh my god.
In elementary school, my friend was like, "Oh, I'm going to Mexico," and like all that. I was
Mhm.
like, "Bitch, el chupacabra, that's gonna get you. It's gonna eat you." And they started crying,
Oh my
thought they didn't
God.
want to go anymore. So then their parents, we were all in the car. Their parents drove to Costco to buy them a doll to calm them down. And I was like, "They're gonna
You're
get
welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Literally
You got a
doing
free
community
gift.
service at this point." That's a
Dang.
core memory. Probably for
God.
both, but not. Yeah,
But not for the same reasons.
yeah, but yeah, I'd be the kid that probably scared a lot of other kids.
Oh my god.
I
no,
feel like I would
cannot.
process the fear before everyone else, so that way I could use the fear on other kids.
You were different for sure.
Oh, for sure.
I think you would have scarred me like those other kids, and you would have
It's
made
character development.
Yeah, character development. Well, anyways,
Mhm.
I kind of. What are your thoughts on like kind of? I mean, more so you were mentioning like you remember this stuff when you were like 2 or 3.
Mhm.
But what kind of imaginary thoughts did you have when you were little that you can remember that were just like so in
Mhm.
your head, like in that moment? I don't know. Take yourself back.
Is there any like specific genre? Or just any thoughts in general?
Just any thoughts, I guess you would say.
One funny one that I could think of right now is I always thought like, oh, there's gonna be a genie in my life and they're gonna grant me 3 wishes.
Ooh.
Obviously, I'm gonna wish for infinite wishes to trick them, all that stuff. And I remember one of the wishes was I wish I could have like a bowl of ice cream, but every time I eat it, it like refills
Refills?
itself. So I always thought about that. At first, I think when I was little, I wanted to be famous,
Mhm.
but then like being, I don't want to say popular, but like knowing a lot of kids in school,
Mhm.
I wasn't necessarily, I want to be a star. I was like, I know I'm a star. Not to
Love
be
that,
like a
yeah.
Leo, but yeah.
That is so Leo. Yeah, for sure. We're one in the same.
I mean, I didn't really want to be singer, actor. Just
What?
Yeah, I mean, it's just not for me.
Mm.
Yeah, because like, shoot, y'all bitches paying, but still.
Oh my god.
But what about you? I feel like you have a lot.
Not a lot, but obviously because we're Leos, yes.
Mhm.
point blank period. The first thing is famous. I literally, the Pussycat Doll song.
When I grow up.
Yeah, when I grow
Mm-hmm.
up, I want to be. Yeah, that was my
Yeah, classic.
shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and obviously, I wanted to be a singer. Fun fact: I even at that time, well, I was kind of grown, but not too grown. I was in junior high, and for some reason, I was so into like being in my own little bubble and trying to be famous and trying to like truly según be the breakout star. I
Mm-hmm.
signed up for my talent show at the school.
Uh-huh. What'd you perform? Or what'd you do?
Someone Like You by Adele.
Oh,
And I
wow.
remember I even fucking did a fucking Facebook post
Uh-huh.
about it of the flyer and it having my name and the song that I was gonna sing. And
As you should.
I put something so corny like I'm a star and I like it. I don't know, something about like my dreams coming true.
Do you still have a picture of it?
No, I don't even know.
Ah.
Like it was a fuck. That was like a long time ago, and
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I'm so cuckoo, like in my head. Like I was just like, what am I doing with my life? I think of it.
Yeah.
But it's like so cute because it's like, oh, so innocent, baby Emmy. Like,
Yeah. Did anyone
um,
from Mexico see it?
oh, obviously, like
What
Facebook,
were they saying? I want to know what they were saying.
all of my, well, obviously, and Facebook, cuando agarras Facebook, you know, que
Mm-hmm.
you're gonna add the tias, the
Oh,
tios,
for sure.
everybody,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel
Second
like,
cousin.
yes, they were like, oh, like I think it was probably like, oh, congratulations, mija, or something like,
Mm-hmm.
like you go, or just like the emojis. Oh my god, they go crazy with the emojis.
And it doesn't even have to relate.
It doesn't even like.
Mm-hmm.
I remember one time somebody posted something and it was like the happy birthday emoji, and I'm like,
Uh-huh.
it's not even a birthday, but I think because they were trying to like it be like celebratory,
Yeah.
they just thought that
Mm-hmm.
would work. Yeah, so I'm like, no, it's not that. So it just like kind of trickled down, and everybody else was like, woo.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think those were like the big predominant ones. I was like, I'm gonna be like Michael Jackson one day and like be
Ooh.
popular and like be the star who can sing,
Alicia
dance, and
Keys.
act. Like I'll be
Mm-hmm.
like triple threat. I think in my head I was um like so in it. But I think too what's the beautiful thing about that is like as a kid in your innocence, I love that some people really did like encourage that and just like let you live in that moment.
Mm-hmm.
Cause I remember like my preschool teacher, shout out teacher Aide,
Ooh.
she would have like these fun little dance days like at school.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember one particular time, but this is because I learned it like from my mom. But my mom did obviously the washer machine
Mm-hmm.
and like the hip movement. And I was like young,
Damn.
and I was
Uh-huh.
like doing it in class. Well, she just put some random music, and I was like, "This is my move," and I would dance to it.
Mm-hmm.
And so much so that she like pulled me from the rest of the people. She's like, "Show the other people the what's it called, the
Yeah.
lunch ladies and like um the other moms there that are there like to kind of like make sure the group is good and
Mm-hmm.
so she's like go like show them the dance and I'm like this is my dance
Not
and
Megan.
yeah well not Megan like very Selena but the
Yeah.
moviendo así um the hips and stuff and yeah I was just like this is my shit and they were just giving like proud mom vibes like oh
Mm-hmm.
like
Yeah.
she learned that.
Very mean girls, the
Yeah.
mom. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So I love that, and I think that just kind of fueled my, I guess, then thoughts like, oh yeah, I can do this, and I can become this one day.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I think those are just kind of like the predominant thoughts in my imaginary head. But also, it kind of brings me to it. Like I don't know why it popped into my head. But
Mm-hmm.
did you ever have imaginary friends? Like imaginary things like a I don't know that you would
Mm-hmm.
talk to and like
Talk to you. Oh, hold on.
yeah like
Uh-huh.
because I've seen it in movies where people like they're like oh yeah this is my friend oh like in Jessie
Oh, Jesse. Uh-huh.
On Disney Channel Zoe
It's
had
Dan Sky Jackson.
who
Sky Jackson? Yuri?
yes
Zuri?
sorry
Zuri? Yeah, okay.
had her like mermaid friend or like
Uh-huh.
imaginary but did you ever have that?
I kind of thought imaginary friends were weird.
I thought so too
But
but I'm like
but I know I had like a really good imagination
uh-huh
because reference to a previous episode, in elementary school, I'd always come up with these games, and then a lot of people would like join, or like they'd want to know like, oh, like what other game should we play, or like and I'd always like create these games that like people would play and so on. So I know like, especially because I was in a sense kind of a only child, so like obviously when the kids in the neighborhood weren't out, I'd do my own thing, and I'm pretty sure I'd have like imaginary scenarios and stuff like that to keep me busy. Especially like throwing rocks and stuff. I was one of those kids. I wouldn't say imaginary friend, but just a huge imagination.
Okay.
You?
Yes, I did have more of an imagination,
Mm-hmm.
like pretending I was somewhere where I really wasn't, and just having fun with it.
Yeah.
But not necessarily somebody I would talk to. Or
Yeah.
I wouldn't even like, honestly, I wouldn't even like play with dolls or anything.
I was gonna say, does like stuffed animals and all that count as imaginary friends? Because there's a movie actually coming out called Imaginary.
Yeah, I saw that. No, I just wasn't that girl, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I was so into like jewelry and like having expensive things like at a young age. Like I knew I was that girl. Like I'm like, I want this.
And there's me collecting rocks. This one's pretty.
Yeah, and I was like, ew, want to play with dirt? No.
Nah, I was.
I was like, I'm gonna be inside in the air conditioner watching a Scooby Doo movie.
Bitch, Scooby Doo was my shit.
Yes.
Wait, what version of Scooby Doo? Because there's different kinds. There's What's New Scooby Doo. There's a pup named Scooby Doo. There's all kinds of Scooby Doos.
No. It's like, it's a Scooby Doo coming out.
What's New Scooby Doo?
Okay.
That
I'm like, I go by
oh my gosh, yes. Did you see the episode with the Mystery Machine?
Yes, I saw.
Bitch, they did a collab with a band on that one. I think that's where
the three Hex Girls.
No, that's another one. But they're icons. We stand them.
Okay.
Is it Simple Plan or something?
I think so.
The song I Do Anything? That was like a start, like a hint towards like my emo phase.
But yeah, Scooby Doo played a big part in my life.
Were you mostly into movies?
Yeah.
VHSs or CDs?
CDs.
Oh,
but I do remember VHS. Do you ever see like the on TikTok or on like the Instagram reels? Basically, like kind of like remember this or remember that, and the little commercials before you actually saw the movie. You know,
like
it would show
coming
you like
soon
previews
to DVD or whatever.
Yes,
yeah,
I remember I used to always skip that, but I'm like, it's so nostalgic now.
It is.
Like I would want to sit down and watch that. But yeah. Sorry, I was like, where is it going?
Wait. What about those TikToks where it's all like POV? You're born in 2000s, and it shows all that.
Yes, I love those.
I always
honestly,
like them.
dude. Especially when they like put like, you're this age if you watch so and so. And it's like Zabumafu, Arthur.
Those make you feel old though.
What? I love them because it's like, my childhood was so nice.
Mine's
like that
more the aesthetic, like POVs before Christmas break, and it's like all the Christmas little stuff. I like those, but then sometimes it's depressing. It's like POV, you grew up in a poor neighborhood. I'm like, I relate to that.
Oh my God. Yeah, no, it just and too the low quality pictures back then too. I don't know
they hit different.
You're right.
They
like
do.
When you're seeing it, you're like, damn, that's how we used to look at stuff, you know? And
no
it's
filters.
Like, and now freaking con todo filters, like estás fea, te hacen bonitos.
I mean, if you think about it, it's such a cultural staple that now there's filters created to re-capture it.
Yeah. But that's so nice. Like, like it's an aesthetic, it's a vibe. So yeah, I don't know. Anyways, good times, good memories.
Yeah. You mentioned Facebook earlier.
Yes.
This is more towards like, I guess, teenage in between kids, but like, would you say like social media influenced you into who you are today, or like what kind of things did you like have, hobbies, social media, toys, even when you were a kid? Because I feel like you still carry a huge part of like your childhood era when you're growing.
Yeah, I think a lot of it definitely.
Wait, sorry, not to cut you off.
Yes.
How old were you when you had Facebook?
That's a good question.
Were you in middle school or still in elementary?
I was in middle school. Yeah, I remember that because of that freaking post.
Yeah.
And I remember my mom being pissed as F because she was like, Emily, why do you have Facebook? Or like, because I didn't even tell her. The only
you made it yourself?
Yeah, but I made it with my dad. Like we had
Oh,
to remember. Okay, so in order to get a Facebook, you had to have an email too.
yeah.
So I had to create an email, and then the email create a Facebook account, and it was like a Hello Kitty like
Oh,
profile. And then my mom didn't know because until after I like Facebook friend her, and
damn. Not the self snitch.
yeah. So then and then because my dad thought I was gonna be okay, and then I called her
Mhm.
after I like friended her, and I was like, I have a Facebook. She's like, yeah, I know, I saw. Like
I saw.
you did that. She was
Damn.
upset. Like she's like, you're kind of young,
Hater.
yeah. But yeah, she really was because
Not
she
that
was
being your
on
first
it.
hater.
I know it's because she was on it. I
Mhm.
remember like she because everybody had a Facebook by then. You know, like
Yeah.
in middle school, you know how everybody was doing the 2BH, like
Oh my gosh, like her
back then.
TBH
Yes.
rate and all that.
So,
Yeah.
so my mom didn't understand the concept of when things were posted.
Hmm.
And I remember a friend of mine had posted like a TBH of me, and then I responded something like "thank you," and then she responded to my friend's post saying like,
Oh no.
"Emily, why are you texting or like doing this Facebook thing while you're in school?" And I was like, I
Damn.
literally like
Delete the account. You have to.
I was so pissed at her. I was like, and I don't even know why I even responded on there too. I was like,
Oh,
I wasn't
no.
even like, I wasn't even in school when this. I'm like, stay out of it, you know.
Yeah.
It was so embarrassing. Um, sorry, did you? When did you have Facebook?
Actually, I had Facebook either when I was in 6th or 7th grade, but
You
it started
were
because
early.
yeah, we did have a computer. I know my
Uh-huh.
sister won one in high school because there was like this competition. I don't know if that was the same computer,
Uh-huh.
but yeah, the only reason I got it though was because there was games on it. I don't know if you
Oh.
remember. There was like Farmville. I think
Yes.
Happy Aquarium. I was addicted to that one.
Damn.
So like just playing those games.
Mhm.
In terms of like influence, you weren't a Kick girly, huh? Do you know what Kick is?
It was like a messenger, no?
Yeah, but like
Like to
the
message.
dark side of it.
Yes.
You know what it's about? No.
Yes, but I knew what it was about, but
Did you have it?
obviously I was too much of a goody goody.
Oh.
I feel like I got all that through my friends' stuff because damn, some y'all were wild on Kick.
That's
and
why I gravitated.
freaky
Oh, okay,
and-
that's a different, but
No, I'm telling you because that's
true,
kind
though.
of like the middle school people are so horny. I feel like that's where like people got really like out of their shell and just
Mhm.
were able to like, you know, I don't know. They just hold on.
No, yeah, I feel like growing up, that's why I gravitated towards like a lot of the, I'd say like emo kids and all that,
Okay.
because we'd all have one, and like that was our way of texting. Shoot, I don't even remember if I still have. I don't think it was a flip phone. Bitch, I used to be that bitch that would win those competitions that would sell candy. I want a fucking laptop, not a laptop, a tablet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I was
Damn.
on. I'm telling you, when I was little, I was a hustler in school.
You're so
people
lucky.
called me Deuce for a reason.
Not Deuce.
Yes.
Deuce from Shake It Up?
Yes.
Oh my
The one who had a jacket and would be
Was
like,
like-
yes. I was hustling back then.
Yo.
I started from a young age. But yeah, so much shit. I feel like if you didn't have a Kick era,
Uh-huh.
you just lost out on so much flavor and character development. Probably
I-
not the best thing, but
I think so too. I truly,
Mhm.
because it was, but I feel like I lived vicariously through my friends because they, they would show me, like, we'd be on Kick.
I was like, well,
But through
what they
them,
showing
like-
you?
Yeah, like a mess, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, things
and then
that
like
would go
our
up.
friend group would like have a group chat, and then like people from around the world would join,
Yes.
and like they would become besties with us, and like yeah, it would be like that person's friends with us. It was a
Yeah.
whole moment.
It was. I missed out, but I didn't miss out. If that makes sense.
Gotcha.
But I feel you had the full experience.
oh,
You were making them
Everything.
besties. Yeah,
Shoot.
right there.
have you ever
Like-
seen those TikToks? It's all like POV. You had a Kick phase, and it's all like, what's that audio? It's all like, I don't know who it is. Was like, oh, if you don't talk to me right now, I'm killing myself.
Oh,
There was so many people like that
Yes.
on Kick. It's so insane. Like, imagine a 13-year-old
yo,
being exposed to that. That does some shit.
It
It's
does.
like,
And now that you mention, I'm
yeah.
like, oh, damn, like immediately like a flashback, to
Right?
that. Yo, I
That's
forgot
something-
about that.
oh my, yeah.
But yeah.
Did you ever? No, because you didn't really have cake, huh? But did you
Mm-mm.
still experience something like that? Something like that?
No, I mean, I remember seeing those messages like that. Like again,
To you or to your friends?
no, to my friends.
Oh, okay.
Like it's almost like we would sit together and then
Mhm.
like, oh my god, they said this, and then it'd be like they would still also do like TBH stuff on that. Like I don't know if you
Oh.
remember.
Nah,
Like at least my friend group did that. I don't know, and then it
We'd
just
have like funny profile pics and everything.
and they had weird. Yeah, I know. What
And
you're
shoot,
talking
at
about.
one point, I'll never forget, one of my profile pics was someone in a wig, and you had to put a first name and last name. So it was Lucy, and then the last name Fur, because the wig was red. Yeah, just I feel like that was an era too. A lot of like if everyone's cake receipts got exposed, everyone would be canceled.
Oh my God.
Everyone unemployed.
Yeah.
That was a different era.
Don't pull those up, people. Those hackers don't. Yeah. Well, who cares? I mean, if you had a different name.
True, if you didn't put your... I feel like if you were smart, you didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah.
Yeah, but that was my influence in a way.
Got it. All right, so now we're in the part of the podcast, and if you're new here and don't know this part, let me remind y'all.
Ooh, okay.
So it's we put the tea in round.
But this time we're doing things a little bit differently, and we're calling it "How you doing?" But in other words, if you want to be bilingual, what is it, Emily?
¿Cómo estás, baby?
Exactly.
But yeah, that's how we gonna get it started. Okay,
What's
how
on
am
your
I
mind?
doing?
Yeah.
I don't know why I always want to do this. How you doing?
You have to. Yeah.
But
And the clap if this.
Wendy, don't come for us.
She has a new documentary. Have you seen it?
No,
or
but
show?
I do really want to watch it.
Do you know what it's on?
No. Maybe I have to like Google it. Do you know?
No.
Oh, okay.
But we watching it. We watching
Okay,
it for
we're
sure.
watching it for sure. Anyways, so yeah, how am I doing?
Yeah.
Obviously, I think since the prior episode, we were talking about like the gym y todo.
Ooh.
I feel like I've had my breakthrough now.
Damn.
With how I feel about it.
Okay.
Because in the sense that you reference that you kind of go like to the gym to think, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know, for some reason, it's so weird that it happened right after that episode, like sometime, like a couple days, that I was like in my feelings, kind of trying to like process things and like just kind of get like energy out. That I got myself on the treadmill.
Hey.
And then I just literally started like having a one-on-one conversation with myself.
Out loud?
No, not out loud.
Dang,
like
she
in
really
my head.
has had a breakthrough.
In my head, and I was just like this and this, like giving myself scenarios, and like I would say this, and like kind of in my head, and just like walking, and I didn't even have music on
or a book.
Damn. So I was just like and I had it like on what's it called, on an incline, like a high, like I was like, okay, here I am on a 10 incline, on a 10 incline, like just walking though, because I wasn't too high to like do the thing. But yeah,
start moonwalking.
Yeah, moonwalking. No, so then I was like, and it literally like helped me like kind of like break through, in the sense like kind of like analyze kind of my feelings, why I was feeling some type of way, but also get that energy, what's it called?
Anger?
Like, no, not anger, just feelings in general out there.
Yeah.
That it just like kind of oozed out of my body. And I felt really good after it, because I was like, shoot, I got to talk about my problems inside my head and kind of like, fit them into categories, like, the importance or level. And then just like feel good about myself afterwards, because then I was like sweating and I was huffing and puffing, and
it was a good workout then.
Yeah, so I was like, I was feeling good, and yeah, like I just found like a connection towards it, where I was like, this is not gonna be like an escape, instead of just seeing it as a chore. I feel like, because I was so in my head that I didn't even notice everything else. And I was like, I kind of got where you got that. And I feel like in the back of my head, I was hearing you like, just go to, like
bitch, focus
this
on
is your
yourself.
time, to go do that. And I was like, oh my God, we just talked about it. So obviously, like this is intertwining into that, and just kind of like self-love and positivity, and just, journaling a little bit more to kind of put my feelings out there
Mm-hmm.
instead of just kind of holding it in. And obviously continuing the work with my therapist.
Period.
Like
How's
again,
that going? You had like breakthroughs?
yes. Oh, well, not so much breakthroughs, but it's just like, um, she actually pointed out to me because I was like, I feel like I told her I was like, this is the problem, but I was like, how am I not? How come we aren't figuring it out? Like to how to solve the problem? Because for the most part, I feel like I'm kind of like telling her like day by day,
Mm-hmm.
kind of what's going on, and I feel like it doesn't necessarily help me with my issue, but rather it's an outlet just to say things out loud, and that source of I feel like obviously not many people have that privilege to take the time and seek help or therapy,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like with that it just brought me back to like um to really like analyzing myself and being grateful that I have the things that I have, and being able to use my therapist as an outlet, like as to put myself in a situation where I can express myself and not have it come back to me.
Mm-hmm.
So for me personally, I was like, I was feeling good, and the sense like I need to grow a bit and give myself the time and space. So if you don't see me as much on social media or like responding as quick, it's just because I'm giving myself that mental break. I think that I feel like
Yeah.
I always feel so in my head, like I gotta post this or I gotta do this, and it's like why,
Mm-hmm.
it's just like why am I doing all this? I should just do it like when I have a chance, or if I don't, like okay, who cares? Like um, and yeah, I think that's where I'm at now, where I just gotta spread positivity to myself,
Mm-hmm. Just as
because
much
that's
as you are online.
exactly because I feel like for me I've gotten so many positive affirmations and just great words of wisdom from others,
Mm-hmm.
and I just feel like now I'm in my life, I'm in a point in my life where I know that I want that, I need that, and instead of seeking it from others and always kind of reaching for that, or trying to get that from others, like no, just do it yourself. Self-love, self-care, provide that power for yourself rather than
Mm-hmm.
always constantly just giving to give, like you want to bring that for yourself. I feel like I'm seeing that and I'm noticing that, and I got to be open to that,
Mm-hmm.
and see where life leads. But again, like I am reading more, journaling, so seeing how people, I read one specifically like what makes people react, and some certain people are driven by empathy, or
Mm-hmm.
others aren't, so kind of taking that with a stride and seeing here's how I would work with a person that is this type or this type, and
Mm-hmm.
kind of changing your ways to kind of
So how would
meet in the middle.
you act with a person who isn't open to educating themselves?
Oh, that's a hard one. I think honestly that would just depend on the situation, like once you're there with them.
Mm-hmm.
And
But like, what's your thought process? Do you think everyone? There's a saying, not everyone can be helped. Do you think that's true, or like, what's your thought process with that?
um to some extent I do, just for my own personal background,
Mm-hmm.
because it is true sometimes the person just needs to go through it, and if they're not ready for that, they're not ready for that, and you can't push it
Mm-hmm.
on them. That's something that I just learned in life,
Yeah.
like and not that they can't be helped. Sometimes I feel like they uh, eventually they would need to want
Mm-hmm.
the help.
Oh no, that's just a saying from like a zombie show. I was just saying like
Oh,
an
okay.
example.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Sorry. So yeah. Oh well,
Mm-hmm.
I guess somewhat answer. I don't know. It just would depend. I know it's a really bad answer,
No, I'm just
but
curious, like your thought process on that.
yeah, yeah. Honestly, for me, it's also like energy, vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
What's the relationship to me? Because sometimes too, if they're not close or we're not close, then why am I even?
Putting the effort,
Yes.
energy, all the
Yeah,
above.
but sometimes if I need to communicate with them, it would just depend on that stuff. Like, there's various factors to it. But that's just kind of where I'm at, kind of
Mhm.
understanding, figuring myself out, seeing what I need, what I want, what I visualize for the future, but also being present as I chatted with you earlier. And I think that's what you bring, that sense of like presence.
Like
Like
hyperfixating on the future rather
yeah,
than living in the present.
yeah, and that's just something that
It's
has
normal.
been constant. At least for me, I can tell, but I don't know why. I'm just human.
Yeah.
So that's the best thing that I can explain. That I'm just a human.
Mhm.
I'm just the girl in this
Oh
world.
my
Yeah.
god.
But yeah. What about you? I feel like
Ooh. Mhm.
what's going on with you? How you
Um.
doing?
Ooh,
Okay.
bitch. Okay. Okay. I mean, there's honestly a lot. If I'm being honest, I'm not really one who shares what I'm doing, especially
Mhm.
when it comes to social media.
Mm.
Um, I don't know. That's just not me. But high key, I might share something because I feel like that would give me the drive to actually do it. But I mean, in terms of eras, you're in your healing era,
Mhm.
and if I were to describe my era, ooh, choices. Okay, I'd probably be in my just stop giving a fuck era. Just do what you want to do what makes you happy.
Mhm.
Lately I've been going out a lot, living my best life, and I've made so many awesome memories just by doing the things that I wanted to do
Mhm.
that other people necessarily would have put a halt to or not necessarily have interest into. And I've met so many amazing people by doing that, and it's like, damn, like imagine if I did that when I was like 18 or like younger. It's
Yeah.
like, fuck. So I'm really cherishing this moment right now because I'm applying my healing era, but also acknowledging that, like, yes, you can heal,
Mhm.
but at some time you have to acknowledge that you kind of have to stop healing in a way to really live life. Because for me, healing, I just focus on that. I don't want to focus on other things while healing because I feel like it's in a way a distraction.
Oh, okay.
So now that I could honestly say, especially after listening to Ari's album,
Uh-huh.
people are like, oh, I cried on this part, or like, as much as like it does trigger some memories, I'm not hurt by them. And I think that's a signal that I've healed from it.
Mm.
But yeah, I've just been just saying who gives a fuck as in terms of like my confidence. Like recently I've went on stage. That was my second time being on
Yeah.
stage at a drag show, not gonna lie.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like if I really gave a fuck of what other people would have thought, I wouldn't have like these awesome memories. Like I wouldn't have made
Mhm.
so many, like, I guess people laugh, people having a good time. I've gotten so many compliments in the last month, and I think that's just, I don't want to say validation, but in a way just like highlighting, look, you're living your
Your best
authentic life.
life.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're applying what you learn, and look at the, I guess, good karma in a way that's
Yeah.
happening in return. So it's like, I know we talked about it recently, like
Mhm.
compliments kind of feel backhanded in a way,
Yeah.
but now I'm just like, you know what, like, accept it.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, be humble. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna let it get to like an ego or something because I don't know, I just hate those people. But yeah, I just been living my best life.
Okay. Well, period.
I do want to share one thing though.
Okay.
I
Uh
feel
huh.
like this would drive something. I
Okay.
want to elevate my style and fashion to a whole new level
Okay.
that I've been wanting to work on. I
Mhm.
know a lot of people, that's gonna sound cocky. I know a lot of people compliment my style, but I want to now elevate it to a point where it's not for everyone. It's what I
Ah.
want to do.
Okay.
And I'm so ready to have that. And I know I need to achieve certain things to get to that point. But by slowly like getting there,
Yeah.
it's going to be amazing, at least for me. And I'm just going to stick by it no matter like if there's compliments or not.
Yeah. I love that, and especially too, it's like what I was thinking right now is like you're literally gonna be like, you like it if you do,
Because who
if
gives
you
a fuck? They're not paying for it.
exact period.
Hmm.
Yeah, ahí ya ganaste ahí for sure.
Hmm.
Porque honestly, yeah, with that, because I feel like I've told you many times. I'm like, oh, I love this. Like I like
Hmm. Thank
obviously
you.
like the style, the view, the thought that goes into it. And
Hmm.
I think it's kind of rubbed off where I'm like, damn, I kind of want to like,
Hmm.
not, I wouldn't say push the envelope, but for me, I'm like, put myself out, like, change it up a bit.
Yeah, do
Kind of
what you
like,
want to do. Stop following the mold of what's society's term of normal.
exactly. And slowly but surely,
Hmm.
but if you're here for it, cool. If you're not, bye. We don't care.
Hmm. I might be wearing more crop tops this
Oh,
spring or summer. I wore
yes.
one last year, and I will admit, when I first went out, it was kind of like, I don't know about this. Like,
Mm.
it's a little too much for me to like straight up jumping it. And I know people were giving me looks, but literally 5 minutes after that, I was all like, bitch, well, I'm gonna give you something to look at. Like,
Yeah.
you wanna look.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
after that, I was fully confident. And I feel like by doing that more, I always tell my friends, I wear basic gym clothes to elevate my confidence for my clothes. Cause I kind of feel like they're kind of Disney ugly in a way.
No, what?
Like very shake it up,
Oh my god.
just a bunch of stuff. I don't know. Some gym clothes are basic.
It's true, but sometimes you do just kind of need to wear it so that it doesn't feel so out there. Does that make sense? Like,
I actually did that yesterday. I
ooh.
wore I toned down my outfit and it was funny. I was like, I'm wearing basic clothes to see how it feels like to be y'all. To see how y'all feel.
Oh my god.
I still got compliments, but still.
Okay,
A little humble moment.
Yes, accept compliments. I think
Mhm.
that's a good thing.
Yeah.
But okay, I
But
see
yeah,
you. We're gonna be
yeah.
seeing you fabulous Hector, what's it called?
Ooh.
Insta post and or who knows?
Yeah,
I don't know if you want to
never know.
post it.
No,
But
I might. I might be
okay,
getting
very,
into the
like
I don't know. I don't
some
like
fashion
fuck
pictures.
Insta. They hate me. They always drop the quality on my shit, and I'm like, you bitches.
I feel that. I feel
Mhm.
that. I know because I sometimes I look at them. I'm like, yo, why did this come out like this? Or
Like
it's
all pixely and shit. I'm like,
yeah. And sometimes I'm like, let me close the app and let me reopen it, and no, it
uh-huh.
still looks the same. I was like, it's doing me dirty.
It's because it's built for basic people. Like, bitch, I'm gonna elevate your platform,
Yeah. Take
and
some
y'all gonna fucking
notes.
take it.
Take some
And if
notes.
it's shitty quality, I'm going for Y2K.
Oh. All right. Well, that
Yeah.
was it.
Mm-hmm.
And we put the tea in rant. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you had a kiki moment with with
Ooh.
us.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, don't forget to follow, like, subscribe.
Rate 5 stars.
Yes, 5 stars only. Don't be a hater.
Yeah.
Spread love.
I mean, if you made it this far, bitch, you might as well.
Yeah, but anyways, hope you enjoyed and catch us on our next episode.
Later.
Bye. You've been listening to the Chilling East Spilling podcast with your host, Emily and Hector. Follow the Chilling East Spilling podcast on Instagram, X, and TikTok at Chilling East Spilling. Don't forget to subscribe and leave a 5-star review. Thank you for listening. Join the Chilling East Spilling podcast again next Monday at 5 p.m.